Fuck, I hate Home Depot. It's just being around people. Same old shit, you know. Been here since last November. It's pretty much gonna be a year. Been 11 months now, I think. But I worked 4 hours today. And I'm gonna go do some homework at school. Just to do it, you know, just to be around people, not be stuck, you know, at my folks' place. I wonder if my daughter's gonna come over. I had a crazy dream yesterday about her. Where like she had like something on her back where she was kind of hurt. And I was touching her and she was like crying in pain. I don't know, it was a weird dream. So I'll text my sister right now about how she's doing, if she's all right. I hate dreams, man. It's an ugly dream. I love being human, you know, when it comes to, you know, the human perseverance and how we overcome and how we have a mind to be a champion or a mind to succeed and accomplish great feats, you know, as a human, you know. The human destiny of certain people. But for some people, it's not so good, you know. But when it comes to the fact that this life comes to an end, you know, people have actually been through horrific things, have died horrific deaths, you know, human loss. You know, it's sad. The Uber driver is actually behind me right there. He's a really cool older Chinese man named Kenneth. He had a red Tesla. I'm gonna look into Uber actually. It's my fucking DUI from the past. Affects me. He's passing by right now. Very cool guy. It's Tesla. Yeah, but that dream was ugly. It was an ugly dream. I only had about 3 hours of sleep. It's the first time I'm actually opening at Home Depot right here. Probably for like a good 3 months. I haven't opened up. You know, lately I've been closing. I've been working at night or in the evening or afternoon. So I only worked 4 hours today, and the first few hours right here is pretty slow, you know. My first hour, the store is closed, and from like 6 to 7 or 6 to 8, it starts picking up around like, you know, the store opened at 6, so, you know, you'll get people coming in, but not too many. Around between like 7 and 9 is when it'll get kind of busy towards the end of my shift. I only work 4 hours today, then I'm off on the weekend. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna be opening up again anytime soon, but it's just the lack of sleep from last night, you know, waking up slow today, tossing and turning yesterday, fucking, meeting people at school. Like one of my neighbors in my math class, her name's Taylor. She's like, why are men so clueless? And it's just funny that she mentioned men. I'm like, I don't think you really had much experience with men. Like, you know, she's young. She has to be like 19 or something. I think she had said like, I don't know, I can't remember. I kind of thought she said she took like a year off before joining college or whatever. She's very smart. She takes it very seriously. And we walk together after class, and she'll walk towards the library, and like I'll go my separate way once. But I feel like she was saying something about like that she was like maybe talking about me being clueless to the fact that she might be into me. But again, so I was just thinking about the question she asked me, because we had kind of started talking about why men are clueless, and I was thinking like, man, I want to actually have a conversation with her, because I'm thinking about recording the conversation, building the confidence, and started getting the ball rolling on the, you know, my social media business that I want to have, which is just interviewing people. And I have a thesis question, a new topic question is like, hey, do you want to have a conversation on camera? You know, with just not young, I say young students, but students, the college students I see at my school. And even yesterday in my math class, I asked my teacher, she's a woman, you know, nice shape. She's older. She might be like early 40s, could be even late 30s. I don't even know. But I asked her, how'd you get into math? Like, did your dad do fucking, you know, did your dad and did you do like 1+1 with your dad when you were younger or what? Like, it's like I didn't even know who my dad was till he was 30. And my psychology, my nosiness, my curiosity, I'm like, damn, for real? I was like, are you and your mom were cool? And she kind of chuckled and it's just, she struggled with her mom. Women, unless your mom's like this super sweet, nurturing mother, women tend to struggle with their mother as well, especially if like you might hold things against your mom for having you and for her choosing the dad that you ended up having to have. And I asked her questions like, well, does your dad try to like have a relationship with you now? She's like, yeah, it's just hard, it'll never be. And I kind of finished the sentence for her like, it'll never, like, you'll never really be comfortable enough to like, that critical period of like that critical period as an infant, into young childhood, early childhood. And like if he was not around that whole time, it's hard to make a connection there. Because one, I told her, is it one of those things where you kind of went through all this shit, all the like bad shit in your life on your own, and to like find the strength to open up. What's up, man? What's up, man? And to like it's like one of those things where like all the bad shit that you had, like all the shit that you could have avoided by having, a healthy caregiver or a natural caregiver in your life, it's just you kind of hold that bitterness towards them. And I was just kind of like, I could relate to her in a sense, and I knew who my dad was. For her to find out at 30 years old, I'm like, is he remorseful? She's like, yeah, he's remorseful. She's just, you'll never be able to be like super trustworthy of him, or it'll never really be that tightness. I feel kind of sad for her. It's kind of fucked, but so I have this like, I like to talk to people. I like to feel like I help them or get them to express themselves, or really just want to know what's going on with them. And in a place like college, I see so many. It's weird, like in college, you see so many like kind of weird people, like autistic people, or like people who are just kind of odd, or kind of, I don't know, like just antisocial, fucking have some sort of disorder, I don't know, mental issues. Like I met a girl, a young lady. She had like her eyebrows shaved off, short hair. She's on the chubby side, She has tattoos. She's very like, she has like the piercing right here, like a fucking 2 arrows coming out right here. And other piercings. And I walked into this, like I wanted to get some coffee without having to pay for it. So I know like some of these offices, they have like the Keurig fucking instant coffee maker machines. I ended up finding a place, but I walked in and I see her all the time in the morning. I've introduced myself, and then I finally walked into the office where she works, and they have a bunch of condoms right there. It's like an office for like people need help and shit. Like they even help you get on food stamps and EBT. I was joking with her. I'm like, oh, I came for some of these, like a whole little box, like a whole little like bucket of condoms. And I talked to her like, you have any coffee? She's like, no, blah blah. I was like, where'd you get your style from? She's like, from trauma. I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, I'm an SA survivor. I'm like, what is that? I kind of knew. My mind didn't compute what SA meant, but I kind of was like, okay, it has to be something. And I was like, what is that? She's like, sexual assault. And she told me what happened. I told her some experiences that I've had, like just with premature sexual experiences. And I had questions for her, and questions like, are you like hypersexual? And like, she's like, yeah, and like blah blah. I really want to get her number because I feel like we can relate in a lot of ways. And when certain emotions and feelings arise within ourselves, and we feel like the whole world is watching, the whole world is judging, we feel anxious and we don't know how to handle these feelings that we didn't ask for, and we just feel filthy, and we feel like nobody understands, and the world just wants to persecute you and judge you. Like you're evil, you're a witch, or just at the point you're just so anxious and you feel low about yourself, and you just want to you wish you at that moment you weren't around, you know. And another girl, a beautiful young girl, dude, tall and slim, very attractive, you know, when she begins to get, I'm attracted, like as you get older and you mature into your like more adult features, and like that baby face turns into like a middle-aged woman, you know, she's gonna be beautiful, you know. She's like an artist. She writes poetry. I read her essay. I know her background, you know, and I can just see her. She's always sitting there by herself, kind of staring into space, and like, you know, her dad passed away, and she even told me she's going through some like problems with like this guy who just would cheat on her, and he just recently hit her up. And it's interesting stories, you know, and even just, I know there's more, you know. So I just want to start asking people like, hey, you want to have a conversation on camera? And then just, if they say no, just say, okay, go to the next person, and just, but then say like, all right, well, if you ever change your mind, I go to school here, it's a small school, you see me around, hey, anytime. And I'm clinging to this because I'm gonna come to work right here, optimistic about the future, as opposed to like, yeah, I gotta come to this job that doesn't fucking stimulate anything intellectually for me. And anyway, I gotta get paid for 4 hours, and it's only gonna be 4 hours, and I know it's gonna feel good when I start at 5, get off at 9. It's still gonna be super early. Still gonna have that morning feel. You know, I'm gonna head to school, do some of my math homework so I can lighten the load for this weekend. I think my daughter might come over. I'm not sure. There's supposed to be some sort of a belated birthday party for my kid, but I haven't heard anything about it. It's already been 12 days since my kid's birthday. But, you know, since I have to share, I mean, it's not really a shared time because I get to see my daughter maybe, like 5% out of the month. And, what's my boss? It's a badass car. I don't know what boss it was, but it's a nice car. Maybe my boss, Roy. I hope it's Roy because I was hoping it wasn't the female boss that, I don't know, when I first started, we kind of had like a tense moment. Just, I don't know, I was going through PTSD when I first got this job, so I had done some stupid shit, you know. I done some shit I wasn't supposed to, so I had some like anxiety. Ever since then, we've kind of, she's kind of avoids me a little bit, but so I was kind of hoping that I don't disturb anybody, you know. My tenseness, my tension, my fear, just my PTSD, you know, my fucking fight or flight emotions. But anyway, so what time is it? I got about 10 minutes. I should probably start walking over there to the front door. There were 4 hours in my day. Fuck it, I need some money. I'm gonna try to inquire, man. Hey, Uber, maybe I could see, maybe I can just try. Go to Hertz, do Uber. I can do my own schedule. I like to be alone anyway. I shouldn't say this, but probably just start smoking some weed. I could read in my car while I'm waiting for a ride, you know. I could just always be out and about. I just try to get a car from Hertz. If I do that, I just know I really gotta put in the hours with that shit, with the Uber, because it's not cheap. That Tesla, you have to pay weekly. I don't know. It's cool. No stress. All right, guys, time for that morning wake up. There's Mr. O. He's the chef right here. There's Anna. Mr. O, to the chef. See how he likes it? Courtesy of the government. So let's see what Mr. O working with. It looks a little Taco Belly. A lady ordered a salmon hamburger or salmon burger. The salmon looked a little like a salmon patty. What do you expect? You know what I mean? It was probably a frozen piece of salmon. It was probably a frozen chicken. You know what I mean? So the point is, it's still salmon. It's not like it's fucking pork. I definitely don't want to make this shit a habit, but I was hungry and actually had a little bit of money on my EBT card.
Solipsism. Repartee.
Baleful.
So Sternberger's triarchic theory, which states that intelligence comes in three forms: analytical, the ability to analyze, judge, evaluate, compare; creative intelligence, ability to create, design, invent, originate, and imagine; and practical intelligence, ability to use. So they look different. Students with high analytical ability tend to be favored in conventional schooling. They often do well under direct instruction, in which the teacher lectures and gives students objective tests. They often are considered to be smart students who get good grades, show up in high-level tracks, do well on traditional tests of intelligence and the SAT, and later get admitted to competitive colleges. But in contrast, children who are high in creative intelligence often are not on the top rung of their class. Many teachers have specific expectations about how assignments should be done, and creative, intelligent students may not conform to those expectations. Instead of giving conformist answers, they give unique ones. So I feel like this practical intelligence is often can be related to street smarts, a people person, a social butterfly. Practical intelligence often do not relate well to the demands of school. Many of these children do well outside of the classroom. They may have excellent social skills and good common sense. As adults, they become successful managers, entrepreneurs, or politicians in spite of having undistinguished records.
Precocious.